Our supply chain strategy really varied throughout the simulation, but at the end, the main and final objective was to maximize profitability because we understood that that was the best approach in order to win the challenge and, well, the simulation. This can be seen from round 3 to round 7 in the gross margin KPI that went up from 2.5% to 5.5% when we shifted the prices up and started selling more expensive but lower volumes. But unfortunately, this this wasn't enough for us to win the challenge, as we ended up with $614,000 in company valuation. Now, going over to inventory strategy, we decided for a push one, as we believe it was the most adequate one for these types of goods, the consumer goods, as the dairy products are. Then our main inventory problem was overstock, as we ranged from 10 to 15,000 units in stock, being the limit 4,000. So this ended up costing us around 2,700 euros a day, which was very costly in company valuation and overall expenses. So then we decided to send products more frequently to the original stores and lowering sometimes the prices in order to just send all the stock out and reset our inventory. Our transportation strategy was determined by our stock levels and demand analysis, and ended up being sending from our warehouse to our regional stores products every 2 days, which was overall very costly in terms of transportation costs, but overstock was just costing us too much in order to leave it unattended. Then in a real life scenario, I will propose the dairy company to send all these products in cardboard boxes and cover them with polystyrene, which isolates them from heat. And then in terms of the mean of transport, considering CO2 emissions, I will consider an intermodal mode. As first from the main warehouse, they will send it in railroads to the 3 different areas of the country, and then from the station, the train station, they will send in trucks to the 4 regional stores. So it's really more sustainable and better for the environment and in terms of cost as well. Overall, the variable that had the most weight over the whole system was for sure the prices, as the prices affected demand. With a high price, we received less orders that then affected the inventory, because with less orders, we kept receiving the shipments from our supplier every 5 days, and we couldn't sell them because we had really high prices, making us ending up in overstock. Finally, it affected profitability, as of course with higher prices we receive higher margins, but also affected with the sales, because higher prices got us less sales, and less sales got us less overall profit. The system showed a really great connection between our operational decisions and the final financial results, as with a little shift in prices or inventory policies, we receive big changes in margins or overall total revenue. I believe that the biggest mistake of the team was not committing to a sole strategy during the whole simulation, accepting its benefits and consequences and playing around them to get their best results. We were really inexperienced and we didn't really understand the dynamics of how SAP for HANA worked. So we, after 3 rounds, committed to the strategy of selling higher at lower volumes, but it wasn't sufficient to gain back the places lost in the first rounds. So, in conclusion, after 7 rounds of SAP for HANA ERP simulation, I will first commit to the strategy of selling at higher prices and lower volumes. And I will not be so reactionary over the shifts in company valuation, and I will just commit to our strategy. Then I will check frequently the inventory turnover ratio, and finally consider CO2 emissions for transportation. Thank you.